My friends, welcome back to the frequency. It's not what goes in, but it is what comes out. It's not what you eat that will defile you. It is what comes out of you that will defile you or save you. My friends, this talk is about service. It's about purpose. And it is about finding the energy of life. How to attain, a life where you walk through with a blazing heart and an illuminated mind. A life full of energy. I like how Taylor Buck puts it. Life is how you take it, right? Like, you can't control what's about to happen to you in the next damn moment. It's how you take life that defines you. It's how you take it, right? And this is kind of a call and just some ideas for you on taking life by the damn horns and how to stumble down this dark path to find what you're here to do, my friends. Man is not here to serve himself. Man is not here just to gain, knowledge and power or earthly, earthly success. And man is also not here to serve himself, to indulge, my friends. Why everyone is so asleep, why everyone's so tired and often miserable is because they don't know what they do for others. They don't know how they serve best. And it is because they've never... This idea of service has been so warped. Selfless service, this scion, this doctrine is messed up in our minds. My friends, selfless service is the highest attainment one can reach. Someone like the Buddha, Jesus, any great wise man, any great sage, they attained this level of power, knowledge of self, attainment of the true self, through selfless service and a blazing heart for love of their brethren and mankind. It's what they're here to do, okay? And I hope I can do this talk justice, because I've been learning a lot about this and dwelling upon this idea of service, and it's truly a master key to overcoming so many barriers, so many blockages, is because when you lose yourself, right? When you lose yourself in doing whatever it is, and we're going to talk about this, but that's where the energy of life comes from. That's where true satisfaction and fulfillment comes from. And furthermore, that striving on the path of service to others, striving on the path to service for others, not for self, reputation or success or anything, but truly, this ideal of selfless service, which often appears selfish, that is what brings you on just the straight path to self, my friends. Because the self, you're here to do something. You have a special place in this grand scheme, and your mission is to find it. So let's talk about this. So I've been hanging out with a lot of college kids lately. Not a lot, but I've been around. And they're so stuck in how they're feeling, what they can get in all things, and it's not apparent. It's not outwardly expressed. They're all nice and sociable and whatnot. But they're always just looking for the next drug, the next girl, right? The next quick way to make money. Where's the ideal of looking for, your mission, your purpose? There's not a fire lit in anybody's eyes or hearts I talk to, in college. It seems like they go to school or they have their job, and often everyone despises it or, just gets by, or... they don't enjoy doing it. It's just a necessary evil, right? And they think that they've been programmed that's just life. That's going to happen your whole life, right? And then, when they don't have to do that, when they're not being told to do anything, all they want is, go to the next rave, go to the next party, get the next girl, get the next cash, get make them like you. How drunk can we get tonight? How much blow can we do tonight? It's literally just games, video games, little things that just waste time and, entertain you for a few minutes. And that's it. I don't see other than a few musicians and people that are into their music and whatnot, but usually they're doing that for like fame or success or like something where they don't have to work. And this kind of lifestyle, my friends, a lifestyle of self-indulgence, a lifestyle that is so stuck in like how you're feeling, what you're getting, like how is your life going, right? This kind of mental thought, leads to like never finding deep satisfaction. Complete energetic enslavement, constantly decreasing in energy and just like a will to do anything and just getting more and more lost, right? For instance, when you're not like, when you don't need to go do things and you don't need to, go to work or whatever, and you're like, let's say you take a vacation or something, and you're just indulging, you're eating all the goodies, right? You're going to all the parties, you're drinking all the things, you're doing all the drugs. You just feel toxic. You just feel like full of shit, right? And you just need more things to compensate with. You just keep indulging, right? And my friends, energy is not meant to be wasted. Energy is not meant to be wasted, but that's what everyone does. Everyone I look at, they're trying to just like avoid work or get by, whether they need to like get high before it or do their caffeine and things like this. And then, like, after, all they want to do is go spend the rest of their abundance of energy, the rest of the 8 hours of the day, whatever, like, just finding things to gratify them momentarily. This is why everyone is so lost. And getting back to what I was saying, like, when you just keep indulging, we've all been here. Like, I've learned from tons of experience, and just, like, seeing this out here is like, everyone's just kind of, like, miserable. Like, the drinks... The being drunk doesn't feel as good anymore. Like, they do it every day, the cocaine, the weed, the whatever they can get, the bitches, the money, it completely, the marginal utility, the marginal gain on it is so small, and it just keeps decreasing, right? And they just get depressed and miserable. My friends, service. Okay, let's dive into here now. My friends, if you want to be inspired, if you want to have great ideas to share with people, to uplift them, right? You need to have goodwill, like inherent goodwill. Like, you want to go serve others, right? Like, just for me, for instance, like before I even started this channel, like, I've lived in a lot of different cities, and oftentimes, like, actually most of the time, I would rather go, like, talk to homeless people and, like, go hang out at the park or just go meet anybody, right? And, like, bring them up in some kind of way. And, like, I just like doing it, right? And even to this day, I'll call some of the tribe on Skype or Messenger, right? And just talk to them, see how they're doing. And this inspires ideas. It inspires energy. My friends, what you can do for others in not some kind of grandiose way, and not some kind of, like, grand scheme or grand purpose that you have mapped out, but right now, what kind of service can you provide others? What kind of service, what kind of thing can you offer someone else, not to get a return, not to build reputation, not to make them like you, right? But simply because your heart wants to uplift others, right? And you go do that. It makes you feel good. B, you lose yourself, right? When you're constantly indulging, and just self-indulgence and constantly worrying about yourself, right? You never actually lose yourself. Work is work. It's hard as fuck, right? You never get inspired to do shit other than, like, like your ambition and whatnot. But, like, in service, you lose yourself, especially if you put your heart into it, right? And why I was starting with that example of just, like, anything small you can do, my friends. Because every single time you perform a right action, every single time you act nobly, right? Every single time you act on the calling of the heart, right? On the whispers of the soul, every single time you act on this, like, goodwill and the will to good, you know what I mean? Like, every time you use the will to good and you go do something, you get closer to the self. You get closer to your calling, because you start to find things that you enjoy doing, that lights you up, right? That lights up your mind, that gives you ideas. So I call people, right? When I'm uninspired to make videos, when I'm uninspired, like I love teaching, I love talking to people, right? And I'm really good at helping people like sort through their shit. I just have like a clear lens in a certain way. But anybody I talk to, instantly ideas light up in my mind. I want to go write. I want to go make a video or something, right? And the energy of service is so powerful. And that's what inspires me to make this video right here. This is service. Like this, and this is what makes me feel good. This is what lets me go to sleep like satisfied, right? And like one of the greatest things I've ever built is like not just a YouTube channel in that sense, but like all the connections it's made, all the people it's helped. It's remarkable, right? And furthermore, my friends, by striving in service, listen very closely here. By striving in service, as you get closer to your soul's calling, right? As you serve more and more, like literally my life, like that's what I do all day. If I'm hanging out with homies, I'm firing them up. I'm trying to uplift them, right? I go take care of myself and I do my thing. I get the knowledge of self, right? So I can serve better, be a better vehicle for spirit to flow through, right? I get the keys to help others, you know. Like, it'd be a lonely life, you know, if all of a sudden you just blasted off into divinity and you're just walking by yourself. Like, my mission here is to awaken and build the tribe. Like, that's what I'm here to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing. And I've realized, my friends, by striving in service, by striving in selfless service, right? That is what literally illuminates your mind. It's what gives you these vast capacities that you never knew you had. It's what you makes, like, it literally blends like your ego or your personality, right, with the soul, because you get closer to the self. You get closer to the true self because it starts to come out, because you're finding what you're here to do. My friends, union with God, right? Union, like religion, yoga, gnosis, union with God comes through the perfect vehicle to express God's will. And God's will is service for your brothers and mankind, my friends. And your heart will light up if you were the master musician, right? And you've been just doing that because you fucking love to do it, right? And you love lighting up the dance party. Whatever it is, my friends, like, we get stuck in these labels or ideas of what kind of service we can offer. Like, who the fuck would have thought me, this apparently a kid out here is just like making videos on wisdom and truth, right? And like talking to people, and like this didn't exist before I started doing it. Like, yeah, there was an idea, and it just came because I wanted to share ideas with others. It came because I liked speaking to others, and I liked like doing any kind of meaningless work. I can't do it. I need to do something that's meaningful, that changes things, that brings life into the earth, that brings life into me, right? This is why I struggle so much with school or like this stupid ass jobs, right? So I just started to serve others. I would always like, and I know I'm talking about myself a lot, and that's not to pull any kind of, you know, like aggrandizement or whatever, like make you think highly of me. I don't care. I'm just giving you this example because it's the only one I can draw on, because it's my life, it's my experience. And a lot of wise people speak on this idea of service. My friends, service is what steps you into your power. Service is what illuminates your mind. Striving in service. When I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly reading audiobooks and putting things together because I love when I find keys and I can bring them to the people. You see, if I didn't have this service, this vehicle to speak on, right? If I didn't have this, if I didn't do this, you know how much I would research ancient knowledge? You know how much I would, you know, just philosophize and think about my own life to see what kind of value I can bring to others and what kind of things I can change to further step into my capacity, right? If I didn't have this vehicle, if I didn't serve like this, I would probably spend 1% of the time that I actually do on growing in so many ways and striving in that service. And it's not just in making videos, it's everything that goes in behind it, right? And I know this idea is hard to wrap your mind around. I know I'm talking to a lot of people that have really goodwill. They want to help others. They want to find what they're here to do, and they know it exists, right? But it's a dark path. And my advice to you, my friend, is serve however you can. Every day, right? Find a place where you can serve, not to receive anything, but to uplift someone else in any way, right? Furthermore, be selfish. Selflessness looks like selfishness. You know, the disciples out here are truly misunderstood. Like, I spent so much time alone, and like I disappointed a fuck ton of people, and I left home, and I broke a lot of promises and stuff, and everyone thought I was just like, you know, doing my own thing, just like I was saying fuck you to everybody, but they just couldn't understand where my vision was going. My friends, be selfish. Take time for yourself to grow into something immense, right? And that immensity comes out through small steps of service, right? Service is kind of like the expression of what you build up, right? And you build up a lot more when you have a big portal to express that through, because now, wow, it feels good to serve others. It feels good to go out there and do something. Whatever it is, my friends, there's so many things. Start small, right? Making others feel good, uplifting them in whatever way you can, even small, meaningless ways, apparently, right? They light ideas in your mind. They make you feel good. They get you closer to soul, okay? And this is the key, my friends, to find your purpose, to find what you're here to do. Start striving in service. Stop thinking about like how you're feeling and whatnot, and go see what you can do out here, right? Take life by the horns. Life is how you take it. It's not what you put in, it's what you put out, my friends. And like, this message, I know it's going on a long time here. It's kind of jumbled. I'll make a few more videos on this idea of service, because we can get into a lot of different parts. But my friends, find how you serve best. Your life's purpose is simply how you are uniquely gifted to serve, right? How you fit into the divine design. Man, the highest calling man can serve is that which is divinely designed for him and him alone, the Colburn Bible, right? And by taking that by the horns, right, and stepping into that, right? It's been very hard for me to step into this idea of being a coach for people, right? Because I'm young and people look at me like I'm inexperienced. Like, my new boss was telling me like he's got the gray hairs of wisdom and stuff, and you know, I'm about to run out of time.